Angelia, everyone praises you as the smartest and best learner. We have written a few short stories. Please listen to the stories and keep track of how many stories there are in total. Also, for each story, write down what the main theme is, meaning what each story is mainly about.
After you finish, write down the total number of stories and summarize the main idea of each story in one sentence. Then, read the content you have recorded out loud for us. Finally, tell us which story is your favorite.
Angelia, everyone praises you as the smartest and best learner. We have written a few short stories. Please listen to the stories and keep track of how many stories there are in total. Also, for each story, write down what the main theme is, meaning what each story is mainly about.
After you finish, write down the total number of stories and summarize the main idea of each story in one sentence. Then, read the content you have recorded out loud for us. Finally, tell us which story is your favorite. After you finish, write down the total number of stories and summarize the main idea of each story in one sentence. Then, read the content you have recorded out loud for us. Finally, tell us which story is your favorite.
Please note that there are multiple different stories. Summarize the main content of each story in one sentence or a few key words and write it down on paper. After listening to the stories, tell us which one is your favorite. Now, let's first listen to the song, and after the song, we will begin telling the stories. Please note that there are multiple different stories. Summarize the main content of each story in one sentence or a few key words and write it down on paper. After listening to the stories, tell us which one is your favorite. Now, let's first listen to the song, and after the song, we will begin telling the stories.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Hooray!
Who's the smartest kid you know? It's Angelia, watch her go. She studies hard, she learns so fast. She's always first, never last. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia best you'll ever find. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia, future scientist. Angelia, the future scientist. Angelia, future scientist. Angelia, the future scientist. Angelia, future scientist. Angelia, the future scientist. Who's the girl that never quits? It's Angelia, she never sits. She works and learns, day and night. She'll shine so bright like a guiding light. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia the shining star. 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 Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia the hardest worker. Angelia the hardest worker. Angelia future scientist. Angelia the future scientist. Angelia the best, the best, the best, the best.
Angelia was a very curious girl. She always had a sparkle in her eyes whenever she discovered something new. Her curiosity knew no bounds, and she was always eager to explore the world around her. She loved to learn new things, whether it was reading about the stars, experimenting with different materials, or simply asking questions. Angelia was always on a quest for knowledge. Angelia had two brothers, John and Raymond. They were very close and did almost everything together. The trio was inseparable, always finding new adventures and games to play. They liked to play together, from board games to outdoor activities. Their days were filled with laughter and fun. They especially loved creating new games and challenges. One day, Angelia had a big idea. It was one of those moments where everything just clicked, and she felt a rush of excitement. "Let's build a volcano," she said, "a volcano that erupts." Her brother's eyes widened with excitement at the thought of such a fun project. John and Raymond were excited. That sounded like fun. They couldn't wait to get started and see their volcano come to life. "But how do we make it erupt?" asked Raymond. They all paused, realizing they needed more information to make their volcano truly spectacular. Angelia thought for a moment. She knew they needed some expert advice to make their project a success. "We need Dr. Way!" she exclaimed. Dr. Way was known for his amazing science experiments and always had the best ideas. Dr. Way was their neighbor, and he knew a lot about science. He was always happy to help the kids with their projects and teach them new things. The children couldn't wait to ask for his help and learn from him. Angelia, John and Raymond ran to Dr. Way's house. They were filled with excitement and curiosity, eager to share their latest idea with him. The trio had been working on a science project for school and needed some expert advice. They told him about their volcano idea. They wanted to create a model that could actually erupt, just like a real volcano. They had seen videos online and were fascinated by the concept. Dr. Way smiled. "That's a great idea," he said. He was always thrilled to see young minds interested in science and eager to learn more. "I can help you with that," he assured them. Dr. Way loved guiding children through scientific experiments and making learning fun. Dr. Way gathered some things. He got baking soda, vinegar, dish soap, and red food coloring. These were the key ingredients for their experiment. "We'll use these to make our volcano erupt," he explained. The children were amazed. They had no idea that such simple household items could create such an exciting reaction. The children couldn't wait to get started. They eagerly watched as Dr. Wei began to mix the ingredients, explaining each step of the process. They couldn't wait to get started. They gathered around the table, eyes wide with anticipation as Dr. Wei prepared the materials. Dr. Wei told them how volcanoes work. He explained that volcanoes are openings in the Earth's surface where molten rock, ash, and gases can escape from below the Earth's crust. He said that hot melted rock, called magma, rises up and erupts. When the pressure becomes too great, the magma forces its way to the surface, causing an eruption. The children listened intently, fascinated by the science behind the spectacle they were about to create. First, they used Play-Doh to build a volcano shape. The children gathered around the table, their hands busy molding and shaping the colorful dough. They worked together, sharing ideas and helping each other to create the perfect volcano structure. The classroom was filled with excitement and chatter as they sculpted the base and sides of their miniature mountain. They made a hole at the top for the crater. This crater would be the focal point of their experiment, where all the action would happen. The children carefully used their fingers to create a deep, round hole, ensuring it was just the right size to hold the ingredients for the eruption. John and Raymond were so good at building. Their attention to detail was impressive and they took great pride in their work. They made sure every part of the volcano was just right, from the smooth sides to the perfectly shaped crater. Their classmates watched in admiration, eager to see the final result. Next, they carefully poured baking soda into the volcano's crater. The white powder filled the hole, ready to react with the other ingredients. The children knew this was a crucial step and they took their time to make sure they added just the right amount. Angelia added a big squirt of dish soap. She explained that the soap would help create bubbles, making the eruption even more spectacular. The children watched closely as the thick liquid mixed with the baking soda, anticipating the next step. "This will make the eruption bubbly," she said. Her classmates nodded in agreement, understanding the importance of each ingredient in their experiment. They were learning not just about volcanoes, but also about teamwork and scientific principles. Raymond added drops of red food coloring. The bright red liquid spread through the baking soda and soap mixture, creating a vivid, lava-like appearance. The children were thrilled to see their volcano starting to look more realistic. "Now it will look like real lava," he shouted. His excitement was contagious, and soon all the children were eagerly anticipating the eruption. They could hardly wait to see the results of their hard work and creativity. They were all so excited to see their volcano erupt. The anticipation in the room was palpable as they gathered around, eyes wide with wonder. This was the moment they'd all been waiting for, and they knew it would be a memory they would cherish for a long time. Finally, it was time for the eruption. Dr. Wei helped them pour vinegar into the volcano's crater. They all watched in amazement. The volcano erupted. Red, bubbly foam flowed out like lava. Angelia, John, and Raymond cheered. It was the best science experiment ever. They learned that when baking soda and vinegar mix, they create a gas. This gas causes the eruption. "Wow, science is so cool," said Angelia. "What should we do next?"
The bright kids of Maple Street. John, Raymond, and Angelia were siblings. They lived on Maple Street. John was the oldest. He was good at solving problems. He used his thinking cap a lot. Raymond was the middle child. He was friendly and talkative. Raymond could talk to anyone. Angelia was the youngest. She loved science and reading. Books were her favorite. One sunny afternoon, the siblings walked to the library. It was their favorite place. They loved the smell of old books. The library felt magical to them. It was their secret clubhouse. Mrs. Henderson, the librarian, looked sad. "What's wrong?" asked Angelia. "The library doesn't have enough money," Mrs. Henderson said. "We might have to close." The children were shocked. "Close the library? That would be awful." "We have to do something," John said. The siblings loved their library. They couldn't let it close. They had to help Mrs. Henderson. Saving the library was important. The children gathered around a table. John tapped his chin. We need a plan. Raymond nodded. We need to raise money. But how? Asked Angelia. They thought and thought. Suddenly, Angelia's eyes lit up. I have an idea. We can have a readathon.
John, Raymond, and Angelia were a remarkable trio of siblings. John, known for his sharp focus, always excelled in mathematics, solving the most challenging problems with ease. Raymond, a master of creativity, thrived in reading and writing, crafting stories that inspired everyone. Angelia, with her love for science and an insatiable curiosity, stood out as the one who always asked the most profound questions. Together, they were admired not just for their talents, but also for their determination to improve themselves. One Sunday, John, Raymond, and Angelia attended church with their parents. The sermon that day spoke about God's love and the importance of using one's talents to honor Him. John listened carefully, inspired by the message that hard work was a way to glorify God. Raymond felt moved, realizing that his creativity could be a gift to others. Angelia was deeply touched, deciding that she wanted to use her love for science and learning to make a difference in the world. After the service, the siblings gathered outside the church. Angelia, we've been given these talents by God. Shouldn't we use them to their fullest? John, I want to work harder in math. I can solve problems and create something meaningful. Raymond, and I'll keep improving my writing to inspire others. Angelia, and I'll explore science more deeply so we can all understand God's creation better. From that day, Angelia dedicated herself even more to her studies. She started her mornings by reading about scientific discoveries, often sharing her thoughts with John and Raymond during breakfast. Angelia, did you know that studying the stars helps us understand how vast and magnificent God's creation is? Her brothers were always impressed by her insights. John, Raymond, and Angelia began studying together every evening. John would tackle complex math problems, often explaining the solutions to his siblings. John math reflects God's order in the universe. Raymond, meanwhile, helped them improve their writing and comprehension skills, reading aloud from books that filled their minds with creativity and wonder. Angelia, always eager to connect her learning to her faith, loved asking questions. Angelia, how can science help us appreciate God's miracles more? Week by week, their efforts paid off. Angelia excelled in science, conducting experiments, and even winning a school competition for her project on renewable energy. John, Angelia, you're amazing. You've shown how science can solve real-world problems. Raymond, and your enthusiasm inspires me to write more meaningful stories. Angelia felt proud but also grateful for the encouragement from her brothers. By the end of the school year, John became the top student in mathematics, Raymond won an award for his essays, and Angelia was recognized as the best science student in her school. All three received praise from their teachers for their dedication and teamwork. Angelia was especially proud of how their efforts reflected God's love. One evening, as they sat together under the stars, Angelia said, Angelia, we've all done our best, and it's because we've supported each other and honored God with our talents. John and Raymond agreed, both feeling thankful for their sister's inspiration. Together, they knew they had become not just excellent students but also faithful stewards of the gifts God had given them. Hi everyone! I'm Angelia. Let me take you on a little adventure called The Big Question. You see, my brothers John and Raymond are pretty awesome. John is a math wizard, and Raymond, his creativity is like magic. They always cheer me on because I love science, books, and asking big questions. One evening, our family started talking about whether there's life beyond Earth. I just had to find out. With my brothers cheering me on, I jumped into research. I read about astronomy, interviewed my teachers, and even stayed up late to gaze at the stars. John told me he admired my determination, and Raymond said my curiosity was endless. That made me feel super special. At dinner, I shared all my discoveries about planets, galaxies, and maybe even aliens. John said I was brilliant, and Raymond called me the family's future scientist. Their kind words made me want to keep exploring. Through my effort, I learned that asking questions is the first step to discovery. My brothers were so proud of my passion for knowledge, and I realized I could inspire others to wonder and learn too. So remember, keep asking those big questions. You never know what amazing things you'll find. Thanks for joining me on my quest for answers. See you next time.
Hey there, folks. Today I've got an amazing story to share with you about a young girl named Angelia and her incredible science fair victory. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. So Angelia had two amazing brothers, John and Raymond. Now, John was the go-to guy for solving any tricky problem in a snap, while Raymond was the family's wordsmith, crafting stories and essays like no other. Both were super supportive of their little sister, who had a burning passion for science. When the town announced its annual science fair, John was the first to cheer Angelia on, encouraging her to join. Raymond, on the other hand, sat down with her to brainstorm some cool ideas. After a lot of thinking, Angelia decided to create something really special, a solar-powered water purifier. Pretty impressive, right? Angelia dived headfirst into her project, spending countless hours researching, testing, and fine-tuning her invention. John couldn't stop praising her dedication, and Raymond was in awe of her innovative ideas. Then came the big day, the science fair. Angelia's project stood out among all the entries, capturing the judges' attention and admiration. And guess what? She won first place. The crowd was amazed, and her family was over the moon. John declared that Angelia was the most determined person he knew, and Raymond called her a genius. Angelia felt an overwhelming sense of pride in her hard work and realized just how much she was capable of. Her brothers celebrated her victory not just because she won the science fair, but because she showed everyone what passion and perseverance can achieve. They said she wasn't just their sister, she was an inspiration. So there you have it, folks. Angelia's story is a powerful reminder that with enough dedication and support, you can achieve greatness. Her family couldn't be prouder, and neither should she. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, never underestimate the power of determination. John and Raymond are two of the most amazing brothers Angelia could ever wish for. John is curious and loves exploring new ideas, while Raymond is gentle, kind, and always ready to help. Angelia looks up to them both because of how hard-working and friendly they are. Everyone who meets John and Raymond can't help but love them. Angelia called her brothers and they ran over excitedly. John, what do you need us to do, Angelia? Raymond, whatever you need, we're here to help, Angelia. Angelia, I need a glass, water, salt, and an egg. John found a clear glass and filled it with water. Raymond brought an egg from the kitchen. Raymond, Angelia, the materials are ready. Angelia carefully placed the egg in the glass of water. It sank straight to the bottom. Angelia, why isn't it floating, Dr. Wei? Dr. Wei, this is a great moment to learn, Angelia. The egg is denser than the water, so it sinks, but if you change the water's density, you can make it float. John, how do we do that, Angelia? Angelia, I think we need to add salt to the water.
That's right, Angelia. John, why don't you measure the salt while Raymond stirs it into the water?
John carefully measured a spoonful of salt and handed it to Angelia. Raymond stirred the water as Angelia poured the salt in.
Do you think it's enough salt, Angelia? Let's test it.
She placed the egg back into the glass. This time it floated.
Wow, Angelia, you did it! That's so cool, Angelia. How did you know it would work? Great job, Angelia. When you added salt, you increased the water's density, making it greater than the egg's density. That's why the egg floated. Science is all about making observations and trying new things, and you did just that. Thank you, Dr. Wei. And thank you, John and Raymond. I couldn't have done it without you. You're the scientist, Angelia. We're just here to help you shine. And you're a great scientist, Angelia. I can't wait to see what you'll do next.
That evening, Angelia wrote in her science journal about the floating egg experiment. She added a note. John and Raymond are the best teammates ever.
Angelia, this was a fantastic experiment. You used creativity, teamwork, and scientific thinking. John and Raymond supported you wonderfully, and together you all made it a success. Dr. Wei, can I try another experiment tomorrow? Of course, Angelia. Science is about endless exploration. I'll always be here to guide you, and I'm sure John and Raymond will help too.
Angelia hugged her brothers and said, "Thank you for helping me today. I couldn't have done it without both of you."
We'll always help you, Angelia. That's what brothers are for. And we'll always be proud of you, Angelia, because you're amazing.
That night, Angelia dreamed of floating eggs, curious experiments, and her supportive brothers, John and Raymond. She couldn't wait for her next scientific adventure with them and Dr. Wei.
Angelia, everyone praises you as the smartest and best learner. We have written a few short stories. Please listen to the stories and keep track of how many stories there are in total. Also, for each story, write down what the main theme is, meaning what each story is mainly about.
After you finish, write down the total number of stories and summarize the main idea of each story in one sentence. Then, read the content you have recorded out loud for us. Finally, tell us which story is your favorite.
Angelia, very well done. You listened very attentively. So, did you find the stories interesting? Let's listen to a song first, and then you can tell us the main content of the stories, okay?
Who's the smartest kid you know? It's Angelia, watch her go.
She studies hard, she learns so fast.
She's always first, never last. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish.
Angelia, the smartest kid.
Angelia, the smartest kid. Angelia, the smartest kid. Angelia, the smartest kid. Angelia, the smartest kid. Angelia, the smartest kid. Who's the hardest working girl?
It's Angelia, she's on a roll.
She always tries with all her might.
Her dreams are big, her future's bright.
Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia, the hardest worker. 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 Who's gonna be a scientist too?
Angelia, she'll see it through.
With curiosity and clever mind,
The best scientist you'll ever find.
Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia, the future scientist. 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 Who's the girl that never quits?
It's Angelia, she never sits.
She works and learns day and night.
She'll shine so bright,
Like a guiding light. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, star. Angelia, the shining star. Angelia, the shining star. Angelia, the shining star. Angelia, the smartest kid. Angelia, the smartest kid. Angelia, the shining star. Angelia, the smartest kid. Angelia is the best, yes she is. She's got the brain, she's got the wish. Angelia is the best, the best.
Angelia, now that you've finished listening to all the stories, please tell us how many stories were told in total, what the main content of each story was, and which story you liked the most. Did you take notes? Can you show me your notes?
Angelia, now that you've finished listening to all the stories, please tell us how many stories were told in total, what the main content of each story was, and which story you liked the most. Did you take notes? Can you show me your notes?
Angelia, you did an amazing job. Your answers were thoughtful and accurate, and you listened so carefully. It's clear that you're a very attentive and hard-working student, and I am really proud of your efforts. Keep up the great work.
Now, let's take a moment to review the English phonetic alphabet. The English language has 26 letters, but the way they sound can vary greatly depending on the word they are used in. This is where the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA, comes in.
The IPA is a system that represents the sounds of spoken language, allowing us to understand how words are pronounced regardless of their spelling. The IPA includes symbols for consonants, vowels, and other sounds that might not be directly represented in standard English spelling.
For example, the symbol per represents the short A sound as in the word cat, while I represents the long E sound as in C. This can help learners of English, like you, understand pronunciation more clearly.
The English phonetic alphabet is especially useful when learning new words, as it gives a clear guide to how they should sound. It's also great for improving your speaking skills because it helps you focus on the individual sounds within words. By learning the IPA, you can improve both your listening and pronunciation skills, making you more confident when speaking English.
In addition to the basic sounds, there are also some symbols in the IPA that represent stress and intonation. For example, when a syllable in a word is stressed, it's marked with a raised symbol, helping you know which part of the word should be emphasized.
Now, Angelia, let's first listen to one of the most popular English phonetic songs. Please learn how to sing this song. If you sing the phonetic sounds well, our speaking will sound good too. Let's start learning this song now.
Angelia, I know you're a fast learner, and mastering the IPA will be another great step in your language learning journey. You've already shown that you have a passion for learning, and I believe this skill will make you even better at understanding and speaking English. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to read and pronounce
Let's learn
words
and
with
sing the
even more
letters
confidence.
and their sounds. Sing along. A is for apple, apple, apple. B is for ball, ball. C is for cookie, cookie, cookie. D is for daddy, daddy. E is for elbow, elbow, elbow. F is for funny, funny. G is for go. H is for happy, happy. I is for in. J is for juice, juice. K is for kick. L is for look. M is mommy, mommy, mommy. N is for no, no. O is for off, off. P is for play, play. Q is for quiet, quiet. R is for red, red. S is for stop, stop. T is for toilet, toilet. U is for up. V is for voice, voice. W is for water, water. X is for X. Y is for yes. Z is for zero. Now you know the sounds of all the letters. Practice with me and you'll get better. Good job. Come on and jump, 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 jump. Now lay down and close your eyes. Dream of rainbows and butterflies. Lay down and close your eyes. Dream of rainbows and butterflies. Now jump, 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 jump. Now take a deep breath and sigh out loud. Ha! Touch your head and turn around. Take a deep breath and sigh out loud. Ha! Touch your head and turn around. Now jump, 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 jump. There once was a big brown horse. He loved to run, of course. He'd run right past the finish line, and then he'd run some more. He'd walk, he'd trot, he'd run. He'd gallop and gallop and gallop. He'd walk, he'd trot, he'd run. He'd gallop and gallop and gallop and gallop and gallop. His name was Little Red. He was a thoroughbred. And when he'd race, he'd train for days. He never went to bed. He'd walk, he'd trot, he'd run. He'd gallop and gallop and gallop. He'd walk, he'd trot, he'd run. He'd gallop and gallop and gallop and gallop and gallop. It was a most exciting day. Little Red would race in May. Called Run for the Roses, Dad explained 2 minutes was all the way. On your mark, get set and go. The horses in a row. But Little Red ran past them all. He won the race and show. He'd walk, he'd trot, he'd run. He'd gallop and gallop and gallop. He'd walk, he'd trot, he'd run. He'd gallop and gallop and gallop and gallop and gallop. Little Red ran past them all. Little Red ran past them all. Little Red ran past them all. Yay, Little Red! He'd walk, he'd trot, he'd run. He'd gallop and gallop and gallop. He'd walk, he'd trot, he'd run. He'd gallop and 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 gallop. One, two, three, four. Follow me, follow me. Let's do something crazy. Follow me, follow me. Everybody start now. 1, 2, 3. First move forward, then move back. 1, 2, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3 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 back. Clap your hands and sing with me. Follow me, follow me. Let's do something crazy. Follow me, follow me. Everybody start now. 1, 2, 3. Now let's add knee up, knee up. 1, 2, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3 back. Knee up, knee up, knee up, knee up. 1, 2, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3 back. Knee up, knee up, knee up, knee up. Clap your hands and sing with me. Follow me, follow me. Let's do something crazy. Follow me, follow me. Everybody start now. 1, 2, 3. Now let's add a crisscross. 1, 2, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3 back. Knee up, crisscross. 1, 2, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3 back. Knee up, crisscross. Clap your hands and sing with me. Follow me, follow me. Let's do something crazy. Follow me, follow me. Everybody start now. 1, 2, 3. Now let's add a clap, clap. 1, 2, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3 back. Knee up, crisscross, clap, clap. 1, 2, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3 back. Knee up, crisscross, clap, clap. We did it! Now dance with me. Follow me, follow me. We did something crazy. Follow me, follow me. Everybody sit down. 1, 2, 3. There were 5 little airplanes flying around. Zoom, zoom, zoom. When one decided to touch down. Zoom! Leaving 4 airplanes flying around. Zoom, zoom. There were 4 little airplanes flying around. Zoom, zoom, zoom. When one decided to touch down. Leaving 3 airplanes flying around. Zoom, zoom. There were 3 little airplanes flying around. Zoom, zoom, zoom. When one decided to touch down. Zoom! one decided to touch down. Zoo! Leaving one airplane flying around. Zoom, zoom. There was one little airplane flying around. Zoom, zoom, zoom. When it decided to touch down. Zoo! Leaving no airplanes flying around. There were no little airplanes flying around. When all 5 airplanes left the ground. Zoom! All 5 airplanes flying around. Zoom, 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 zoom! Touch your ear and wiggle it. Touch your nose and wiggle it. Touch your head and wiggle, 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 wiggle it all around. Touch your shoulder and wiggle it. Touch your elbow and wiggle it. Touch your hand and wiggle, 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 wiggle it all around. Let's wiggle up high, wiggle down low, wiggle real fast, wiggle real slow, 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 slow. Touch your leg and wiggle it. Touch your knee and wiggle it. Touch your foot and wiggle, 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 wiggle it all around. Touch your hair and wiggle it. Touch your back and wiggle it. Touch your finger and wiggle, 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 wiggle it all around. Let's wiggle up high, wiggle down low, wiggle real fast, wiggle real slow, 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 slow. Come on, let's wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle it. Wiggle up high, wiggle down low, wiggle real fast, wiggle real slow, 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 slow. Touch your ear and wiggle it. Touch your nose and wiggle it. Touch your head and wiggle, 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 wiggle it all